In the heart of the kingdom of Rohan, a desperate battle was fought. A battle that would test the courage and resilience of the people of Middle-earth. Welcome to the Battle of Helms Deep.
So it begins.
Helms Deep, as I'm sure you'll agree, is one of the greatest locations in all of Middle-earth, and I've always wanted to build it growing up, watching the films and just being consumed by this hobby. This board is old and we're about to find out exactly what condition it's in. So I've dug out a load of these boxes and stuff from the shed and we're going to see if we can put Helms Deep back together.
The impenetrable fortress, its towering walls, mighty defences and intricate design inspired us the day it hit the screens. So let's strap in and see how we recreated this magnificent structure all those years ago.
There's plenty of bits here, let's see if we can do it.
If you're enjoying this video so far, please smash that subscribe button and drop a comment below. This video will be a huge throwback to December 2002. I'm sure you all remember it well, the date the two towers hit the screens and took us to a whole new level of Middle-earth. The battle itself at Helms Deep has to be one of the greatest cinematic moments ever. Filming this video, I realise now it was so long ago. Keith and I actually struggled to work out and find the exact date when we created this. It might have been 2003 or 2004, we're not sure, but that would have made me about 11 or 12 years old. Apologies in advance for the cobwebs. Back then, obviously, we didn't know everything we do now, so we were trialling different methods of boards. With the key to this being modular, we used 3 loft chipboard panels as the base, so they could easily be dismantled. However, they are heavy, so be warned, don't use these for large scale model builds. Using the old school Lord of the Rings Two Towers strategy battle game book that came out, we followed the instructions to recreate the walls of the fortress. To build the essence of Helms Deep, we focused on recreating its iconic features, starting with the Hornburg, which we fashioned using foam, cardboard tubes, and then completely covered the structure in Modrock. Back when we did this, it was important to remember the grandeur and scale of the original structure, which is why we made it so big.
As you can see, I've started laying out the different pieces that I've found. We are missing a few bits. So I'm missing a gatehouse, so I need to go and search for that. We're missing half of the wall up at the back before the entrance to the hall, and I don't know where they are. So I'm gonna have to go and have a look somewhere and do some more searches. What I have found though is the deeping wall, which is pretty cool. We made this 2 versions, broken obviously after the bomb has gone off, and in its full section. So that's pretty cool. During games you can switch them around based on what's happened, and yeah, so I'm gonna go and continue searching for all the pieces. Giveaway, we think it might be on a box that says Helms Deep and Ruins. I think we need to open this box and have a look at what's inside, don't you?
No representation of Helms Deep would be complete without its iconic deeping wall and gatehouse. These strong points were key to the defence of the fortress. We made sure to incorporate the unique design elements, including the arrow slits and the brick indents on each of the walls. Once we had created some of the straight walls, we needed to create the curved shape for the upper level and gatehouse walls. Helms Deep defences were formidable, so back then we used sturdy white foam board cutouts to represent the towering ramparts. Now I've never done this before, but I do actually have the original scenery sculpt from Games Workshop, which is so rare it makes me scared to even open the box. I thought about incorporating that into this video, but maybe it's one for next time when we rebuild this board. Spoiler alert. A small little addition to this video was 2 bookends, which I managed to scramble off eBay to add a little element of detail to the keep. These statues are so effective and near enough true scale for our 28mm war games. Helms Deep symbolises courage, fortitude and the spirit of resistance against overwhelming odds. It serves as a testament to the strength and resilience of the people of Rohan in the face of darkness.
So these are all the pieces laid out on the board. As you can see there's still a few nicks and scratches and stuff like that from wear and tear, and even cobwebs if you look closely enough. But now the pieces are down, it's time to add some armies.
For those that don't know, Keith and I have been creating terrain for my ever-growing army of Warhammer for over 20 years. And this workshop has been my hobby home for the last 5. We're not sure yet, but we may be moving, in which case I will have to get your help on terrain to keep, to sell or give away. More on that in another video. One of the moments I loved so much in the films was when Haldir and his elves turned up. I know it's not in the books, but if you're anything like me, the cinematic moment had me hooked. Helms Deep has a long and storied history. It was constructed by the dwarves centuries before the events of Lord of the Rings, and it served as refuge for the Rohirrim during times of conflict. The fortress was named after Helm Hammerhand, a legendary king of Rohan who defended it against the Dunleadings. As I was unpacking the models and setting the scene for when the 10,000 Uruk Hai show up, I realised that my battering ram was in need of repair, so after adding a little super glue and fixing those orcs in place, it was ready to storm the gate. It's been such a while since I had these models out on display. They could probably all use a fresh coat of paint and some detailing, as it's been a while since I've built and painted them. And we come to it at last, the moment the thunder cries and rain starts to pour, or as Gandalf would call it, the deep breath before the plunge. I've absolutely loved making this video and setting this board back up and dusting off those cobwebs. If you look closely enough, you can see the texture of the walls, for which we used black and grey paint and actually mixed sand in with the paint and then layered this all over the models. Back in those days, we didn't know about safe spray paints to use, so everything was painted by hand. I think we could quite quickly really touch this up and upgrade it to the next level fortress it should be, so it looks like something we've done recently. I could probably also do with adding a good few more Uruk Hai, seeing as there was 10,000. I definitely don't have that many. My skills as a terrain builder and model maker over the last 20 years have really changed. If we were to build this board now, I think we would keep the core ideas using different skills and materials to bring it closer to screen accuracy and the original model from Weta Workshop. However, looking at it now, there are a few detailed additions which aren't practical for games, such as stairs and walkways between the battlements. There's a lot we could do if we were to even maybe possibly consider recreating it. Maybe that's one for the future. What do you think? Drop a comment below and let us know. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.